Hi there, good afternoon. It is yet another curve flattening concert, and I am still Raleigh Brown here with Charlie the dog. He's lying down here next to me. And I see people filing in to the concert hall here. Linda Worster and Kathy Marzik and Aretta and Ron and Howard Hobbs and Robin Gray and Judy Wong and Eric Smith. Hey, buddy. Eric Smith is a great songwriter, lives in the South, I think in Texas, right, Eric? And Kate Mack is here from the West Coast. Good to see you. So I will clunk you while we're kind of waiting for folks to show up. This is the Clunkophonic mug. Let me get it in the light so you can see the clunk. And there it is. You heard that, I hope. We got high test coffee today. So, and David Arthur Radcliffe is here. And Eric says, yes, sir, in Texas. I would see Eric every year in Winfield, Kansas for the National Guitar Championships. And I think he won some of the songwriting contests there. He's got some nice songs. You could check him out on YouTube. And S.A. Tudhope. And Johnson Hogg is here as well. And little by little, we're getting a minion here. So Johnson was over in North Wales, his home country. Johnson lives in France, but commutes home on occasion. Apparently, that's good. And you'd be tickled to know that right near here there's a town called North Wales, Pennsylvania. Probably very different from your North Wales. So anyhow, I every year at this time when Earth Day comes around, I wrote an instrumental, I think about 8 years ago, called Earth Day. And so I always do that, and then I thought I would do all songs that had to do with the earth, And often you hear people say there's a movement to save the planet. And the planet has never been in any danger. The planet will be here for a long time. It's save the human race is what we're trying to do. And it's harder to convince people of that somehow. Mike Verbeck, good to see you here, buddy. And so today's songs are just roughly about that. This first one is definitely about that. Hear those birds a-singin', see those leafy trees, smell that new-mown grass at dawn, feel the morning breeze. Turn on all your senses, ain't that sky so blue? Get out into nature, that's what I'm gonna do. So I went out to the park, and I sat down in the grass. I was remembering that Beatle who sang all things must pass. And I thought about enlightenment, how I'd see it through. I'm getting near my sell-by date. It'd be a lot for me to do. I want to hear what can't be heard. I want to see what can't be seen. I want to travel the cosmos in a yellow submarine. I want to learn the songs of birds, go with them as they fly. I want to spend more time outside, 'cause time is passing by. I asked a friend on his deathbed what he'd regret when he died. He said he wished he'd had more women and that he'd spent more time outside. Well, I don't care about the women, well, maybe just a few, but I plan to spend more time outside. That at least is true. I want to hear what can't be heard. I want to see what can't be seen. I want to travel the cosmos in a yellow submarine. I want to learn the songs of birds and go with them as they fly. I want to spend more time outside, 'cause time is passing by. Spend more time outside, and that's one of my songs. I'm going to switch guitars here. We'll talk about the guitars during the mid-concert break, which will happen right after this song, of course. And this next one is from another Texas songwriter, the great Willis Allen Ramsey, and its connection to Earth Day is a little more tenuous, but it's a great song, and it has a lot of natural imagery in it. The moon is out tonight, it's hanging high. The stars are hiding in the sky. And out in the distance somewhere I know, keeping down and laying low, is a coyote. Upon the ridge and the hills beyond, there lie the tracks of the vagabond. He's on the move again across the chaparral, and where he's headed now, no one can tell, 'cause he's running on the wings of the night. He's running wild and free. He's a Badlands refugee, and he don't know wrong from right. He's just chasing down his dreams, like you and me, it seems. Coyote. The sagebrush blows with the cold north wind. They say that soon he must come again, running across the desert floor. Soon he'll be there, right by your door, coyote. Some say the coyote is not to blame for the bounty that's put on his name. And when you look into his eyes, You see no regrets and no alibis. He's running on the wings of the night. He's running wild and free. He's a Badlands refugee. And he don't know wrong from right. He's just chasing down his dreams, like you and me, it seems. Coyote. Coyote by Willis Allen Ramsey. And speaking of coyotes, here's a picture of Charlie the dog from this morning. A very kind of coyote-esque looking picture. He's in his inscrutable mode there in that picture, out in the yard. My boy. So I forgot to show that earlier, so there he is now. And now it is announcement time. I think a few more people have checked in. Kathy Craw is here, and Ginger Hopper. Pardon me, and Charlie Bryant. That's the coffee talking. And Connie Adams, and Donna Zach Beal, and Rand Furlong, and I said Linda Worster, and there you go. Mike Verbeek, did I say hi to you? I hope so. So there we are. And Liz Van Allen, I see there, and Helene Tober Fowler now. S.A. Tado. So this is the announcement section. There are invisibles. If they are here, they would include George Young and maybe Judith Fox or Joel Biget or Mario Prue, who built this beautiful guitar for me. And there is, as always, a PayPal link right about there where my left index finger is pointing. That's always up all through the concert. You could copy the PayPal or the Venmo link down and contribute to help support live, if not exactly in-person music. So, and then the guitars for today. So as I said, this is the Mario Prue guitar, which has many interesting features. First of all, it's a 15 fret neck, whereas most guitars join at either the 12th or the 14th. So it means that if I'm playing in the key of C, I can play just like the first position, an octave higher without bumping into the body of the guitar. It has a very short scale, so on most guitars the bridge would be back about here, and the strings would be a little longer, the whole scale would be longer, the strings would be tighter, but which usually means the guitar would be louder. However, Mario managed to make this guitar plenty loud without that, because he's a genius. And I'm just noticing here. I leave the guitars out because I have a humidifier for the house, but they do get kind of dusty. And this one is so pretty that I thought I'd just go under there. This is called a Winfield wiper from my friend Sue Chrysler, who comes to Winfield. This one says beer all over it, but she's got other ones that are interesting. So that's this guitar. There's even more stuff. It has these really cool tiny little tuners on it. I don't know if you can see how small they are. Barely visible. But they've been working for 12 years with no problems. They were an experiment on Mario's part. And And the other guitar, which I used earlier and which I will use again at the end, is a Gibson L00 from 1934. So it is 90, in 24 it was 90 years old. So it's 91 years old. And it's a great guitar, really lovely guitar. Guy Pernetti, hey Guy. Guy, I'm probably going to see you. I'm going to come out to Kent for the 4th. And that'll be on my announcements here in a second. But Guy is another fine musician, lives in Kent, Ohio, and one of us Wild-Eyed Radicals. And Jim Greco, speaking of Wild-Eyed Radicals, is also here, and he will also be in Kent. And I said hi to Dave Mason, and Kit Serikaku is here. And I think that's everybody. So hello to you all. So the old Gibson is over there. It'll be back for the Woody Guthrie song at the end, as is appropriate. And then we have the schedule. I will be in Kent playing with my good friends Magpie on May 4th. That's a Sunday night at the Kent Stage. I think kentstage.org would get you there. And in June, I will be at Steve Kaufman's Guitar Camp from June 8th through the 14th. That's in Maryville, Tennessee, down south of Knoxville. And then I will be with Magpie at Old Songs Festival in upstate New York, June 27th through the 29th. And then I will be at my favorite guitar camp, Sam W., Summer Acoustic Music Week, in Lake Winnipesaukee up in Moultonboro, New Hampshire, July 13th through the 19th. And I'm not sure if that's sold out or not, but it's a really lovely camp in a beautiful location and a little rustic, but the people are great. That's what really makes a camp, you know. So anyhow, there's that. And then the schedule here online, I'm on now. I think that Helen Avakian and David Irwin might be on tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Slim Edelman will be on Friday at 3:30 Eastern Time. I think he said his show is going to be all songs with body parts in the name or something like that. And Bunny Barnes, I believe, is in Italy right now, so she probably won't be doing a live stream. Warren Bendler will be doing his live stream Saturday at 3 p.m. And then he's another Ohio boy. And then I will be back Sunday at 10:30 a.m. with my usual request show. I think that's all of the announcements. I keep my notes here just in case. So I said I wrote this song to be a song for Earth Day, an instrumental for Earth Day. And since I only play it once a year, we'll see how I do. I did practice. Earth Day, a celebration of all the beauty that's out there around us all the time. And there's, well, this song kind of brings out the highlights. It mentions so much of what is even in our country here. And this is I figured I'd end with this song by Woody Guthrie. Let me say some hellos here, though. And I saw Johnson asked something. Oh, do I keep my? Do you put them in their cases at night? No. I leave them out most of the time. Some of them are in cases. It kind of comes and goes because I cycle them in and out. One day I want to play the pre-war, and the next day I want to play this. But usually there's 2 or 3 guitars that are out. But the humidifier runs 24/7. So the humidity in the house during the winter is usually around 40%, which is the bottom end of what you'd like it to be. And I haven't had any guitars crack, so it goes pretty well. Let me see if I've missed any of you. Pardon me, I see John Sprouse is here. And I've said hi to Connie Adams. Okay. And thanks for any kind words you folks throw up there. So, at a time when our natural country is threatened, our national parks are being shut down and people are being fired, and it's not a very happy time. You have to remind yourself that when Woody wrote this song, he meant this land is your land. This land is my land. This land isn't the corporation's land. So let's hope we can keep it that way. So I thank you for joining me as always. You guys are great friends. And SBS 721, I'm not sure who that is, but he or she says, I'm often not home when you're playing, but I'm lying in bed with a case of food poisoning. Oh, I'm so sorry. Bad breakfast sandwich from Dunkin' Donuts. Well, there's your problem right there. Your music, give me some sauce. So thank you, and I hope you feel better soon. And if you'd like to let us know who your real name, then we know who we were talking to. So as always, I thank you all for coming. And here's another song. We'll have a little mantra at the end, and we'll all go out, hopefully go out into this, what here is a beautiful sunny day, about 75 degrees, and just lovely. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Island, from Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me the endless skyway. I saw below me the Golden Valley. This land was made for you and me. Now I've roamed and I rambled, followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts, and all around me a voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. When the sun came shining and I was strolling, the wheat fields waving, the dust clouds rolling, a voice was chanting as the fog was lifting. This land was made for you and me. As I went walking, I saw a sign there, and on the sign it said no trespassing. But on the other side, it didn't say nothing. That side was made for you and me. One Sunday morning, in the shadow of the steeple by the relief office, I seen my people as they stood there hungry. I stood there asking, is this land made for you and me? Nobody living can ever stop me as I go walking that freedom highway. Nobody living can ever make me turn back. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. California to the New York Island, from Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me. So be happy and be healthy, be brave, be calm, be kind, it's a snap. And if you get cranky, take a nap. I see my buddy JJ from Kent on there. Good to see you. And thank you all for tuning in. I hope you have a great rest of the week. And, do what you can to stand up for due process and the Constitution. We need it. Bye-bye.